Have you ever looked up at the night sky? You see countless stars. They twinkle like tiny diamonds scattered on black velvet. Our own star, the Sun, has a family of planets. We live on one of them, our beautiful blue Earth. But what if we weren't the only ones? What if long, long ago, every single planet in our solar system had life? Imagine that for a moment. Not just simple life like bacteria or plants, but intelligent beings. Beings who built cities, created art, and looked up at their own skies, wondering about their neighbors. This is a grand what-if story. It is a journey through our very own cosmic backyard, but with a twist. So let's put on our thinking caps and travel back in time. We will journey to a past that might have been. Our first stop is Mercury, the planet closest to the Sun. Today, Mercury is a world of extremes. It has a scorching hot side and a freezing cold side. There is almost no air to breathe. It seems like a terrible place for life. But what if it wasn't always this way? What if billions of years ago, Mercury had a thin atmosphere? Imagine a world where the sky was a deep dark purple, and the sun looked huge and brilliant. The intelligent beings of this ancient Mercury would have been masters of survival. Let's call them the Solarians. Perhaps they were crystalline beings, with bodies made of silicon and other minerals. Their skin might have shimmered like metal. Living so close to a star, they would have understood energy better than anyone. Their entire civilization would have been powered by the sun. They would have been deep thinkers, philosophers, and mathematicians. They might have mapped the stars with incredible precision. But why did their world end? Over millions of years, the sun grew stronger and hotter. Their great civilization, built on the power of the sun, was ultimately destroyed by it. All that is left now are the silent, empty caves. Next, we travel to Venus. Today, Venus is Earth's evil twin. It's the hottest planet in our solar system. Its surface is crushed by immense pressure. The air is a thick, poisonous soup of carbon dioxide and sulfuric acid. But what if, like Mercury, Venus was once different? Scientists believe that billions of years ago, Venus might have been very much like a young Earth. It could have had vast oceans of liquid water. In this beautiful water-filled world, life could have flourished. Imagine intelligent beings who evolved in these oceans. Let's call them the Cythereans. Perhaps they were graceful amphibious creatures. Their cities could have been magnificent structures of coral and rock, creating breathtaking displays of color in the dark ocean depths. As Venus began to change, their way of life would have been threatened. A runaway greenhouse effect started to happen. Being intelligent and adaptable, they chose to survive. They constructed magnificent floating cities like giant balloons or ships. Life in these cloud cities would have been extraordinary. The Cythereans would have become true sailors of the sky, but even this could not last forever. The very clouds that gave them life began to eat away at their cities, until one day, the last floating city fell from the sky. Our next destination is Mars, the red planet. Mars fascinates us more than any other planet. Today, it is a cold, dry desert with a very thin atmosphere. But we see clear evidence that it was not always this way. Billions of years ago, Mars was a warmer and wetter world. It had rivers, lakes, and maybe even a large ocean. It had a thicker atmosphere that protected it. This was a world that was perfect for life to begin and grow. The beings who lived on this ancient Mars, the Martians, would have been incredible engineers. They had to be. Their world was slowly dying. They would have built a planet-wide system of canals to move water from the icy poles to the warmer equator. Their cities would have been marvels of engineering. They might have been built inside massive domes of glass or crystal. Inside these domes, they would have recreated their lost green world. There would have been parks, forests, and farms. But even the greatest engineers cannot fight the slow death of a planet forever. The atmosphere grew thinner and thinner. One by one, the great dome cities would have gone dark. They may have left behind monuments or messages buried deep beneath the red sand. Now we venture further out into the realm of the gas giants. Our first stop is Jupiter, the king of the planets. Jupiter is a colossal ball of gas and liquid, with no solid surface to stand on. How could intelligent life possibly exist here? Well, we need to think outside the box. Life doesn't always need solid ground. Why not in the vast, deep atmosphere of Jupiter? Let's imagine vast city-sized creatures. We can call them the Jovian sky whales. These gentle giants would communicate through complex patterns of light and sound. Their skin might be able to change color. They might also produce deep, resonant songs that could travel through the thick atmosphere, like the songs of humpback whales on Earth. The Jovians would have lived in a world of constant motion. They would have ridden the powerful jet streams. They would have seen the other moons of Jupiter as tiny lights moving across their sky, perhaps singing songs about the dancing lights. Leaving Jupiter behind, we arrive at the stunning planet Saturn, famous for its magnificent rings. But Saturn has something else that is incredibly interesting: its moons. In particular, the moon Titan. Titan is a very special place. It is also the only other place besides Earth that we know has liquid on its surface. But on Titan, it's not water. It's liquid methane and ethane, which form rivers, lakes, and seas. Let's imagine life evolving on this strange, cold moon. The intelligent beings of Titan, the Titanians, would be completely different. Their cities might have been carved out of the super-hard water ice that makes up the moon's crust. They would have sailed on the methane seas in strange, slow-moving ships. They would have used the complex organic chemicals that rain down from the sky. Their view of the universe would be spectacular. They would look up and see the giant, beautiful planet Saturn dominating their sky. Our journey now takes us to the far reaches of the solar system, to the ice giants, Uranus and Neptune. These worlds are incredibly cold, dark, and mysterious. Uranus is a strange world, tipped over on its side. Here we must stretch our imagination to its absolute limits. Let's consider life based not on chemistry but on energy. These beings, the Uranian ethereals, would live within the planet's strange, tilted magnetic field. They would be beings of pure thought. On Neptune, with its furious winds, life might have taken a similar but more dynamic form. The Neptunian tempests could be beings born from the planet's chaotic storms. They would be wild and free, their existence a constant, exhilarating dance with the most powerful winds in the solar system. After our grand tour of a once-living solar system, we are left with a huge question. If all these amazing civilizations existed, where is the evidence? Why do our rovers on Mars find only rocks and dust? This is the heart of the mystery. The answer is likely a combination of two powerful forces, time and geology. On a world like Venus, the answer is simple and brutal. On Mars, the story is one of slow decay. The wind and dust storms of Mars have been blowing for billions of years. The universe is not a museum. It is a living, changing place, and over the vast span of cosmic time, it cleans up after itself very, very well. So what is the point of imagining a solar system full of lost civilizations? It should fill us with a sense of wonder and possibility. This grand what-if story teaches us about our own place in the universe. It reminds us that our world, our Earth, is incredibly precious. We have liquid water, a protective atmosphere, and a stable climate. We are living in the paradise that the Martians lost and the Venusians boiled away. This idea encourages us to be better caretakers of our own world. The stories of these imagined civilizations are cautionary tales. Furthermore, this exercise in imagination fuels our desire to explore. We might one day find a single, undeniable piece of evidence that we were not the first. We are the current torchbearers of intelligence in this solar system. It is our job to learn, to explore, and to carry that torch out into the stars. The great silence we hear today might just be a temporary pause. And one day, we might be the ancient civilization that another young, curious species wonders about.